This talk with friends on Tuesday is exciting because I believe it's the first time all of these magical women have been together, and that we're going to be able to share with him some of our experiences and some of the things that we've encountered, pluses and minuses, in magic and being women in magic. And so we have two magicians from Las Vegas, Juliana Chen and Luna Shimada, and we have Josephine Lee, who is actually coming to us from the UK. And then we have John Pullum, who's in Michigan, and Franz, who's in Los Angeles. So we are an eclectic group, and we are a multinational group, and so it's really exciting.
We are live with another edition of Franz Harary's Quarantine Talk. I'm your co-host and moderator, John Pullum.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, it's Connie Boyd right here. Woo!
Hey friends, looking good.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about your project, because if I may be so bold as to say, I think I might have prodded you, I might have poked you to start this project in the first place.
Actually, yeah.
Go ahead.
I credit you for this giant project that I've created. I guess it was back in May, I did your quarantine talk. And at the end of quarantine talk, you mentioned that I should do something along a talk. And I went, oh no, I can't do that. And then I started thinking about it and thinking, what could I do to give back a little bit? And I realized that there was no source in 2020 that documented women in magic visually. There is a podcast called Shazam, but there was nothing as far as YouTube channels or Facebook pages that was a go-to place for people to find out a little bit more about women in magic. So we started the Magical Women channel, and I reached out to some of my friends in magic, and everybody was really enthusiastic, and we are going strong.
You know, I have seen your production, and not that I'm proud to say this, but I think that your operation is a whole lot slicker than mine. I mean, what you're doing, it looks great. Very, very impressive. You know, you probably come to see John and I whip these things together at the last minute, but clearly there is some pre-production into every one of your shows. So little golf plus for you right there.
Thank you. To be honest, I'm not courageous enough to fly like you do. I need to have a little bit more damage control because I would make so many errors.
Now you need to drink your own Kool-Aid, because you say, what did you say? Life begins just outside your comfort zone, or what's the catchphrase?
Yes.
That's what this is.
Oh, it most certainly is.
Way out of my comfort zone. You got to do the same.
Yeah, I have. Just doing this right now is out of my comfort zone. You know, what's interesting is Juliana kind of links us all together, because Josephine did Juliana's Chinese show, and I've done Juliana's Chinese show. And Juliana worked with Luna and Luna's father working on their Paracel Act. So we're all kind of interconnected, and that's kind of the beauty of Magical Women, but also the beauty of just the magic industry, that over time everybody sort of overlaps each other. And so.
John, let's bring everybody back. Can we do that?
Yes, we can. Now, I have a question for everybody. This is like the Brady Bunch, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's...
I'm brushing my hair.
Yeah. There you go. Janice. So my question to all of you women of magic, all of you women of magic, magical women, throughout the years, and Luna went over this, and Josephine, you all talked about it. Women, girls, were always the assistants, and it was always the man that was the magician. Things are changing, which is wonderful, but there is still that, oh, it's a guy that's a magician, that is starting to change. There are young girls watching, or there's fathers here with daughters that are into magic. What advice do you have? Each we'll go in from Connie to Luna to Josephine to Juliana, just in order like we started the show. what advice, real quick tidbit of advice to young girls wanting to start out, and I'll get rid of Franz and I'll get rid of myself and let you guys answer that question or give advice to the young women watching.
For me personally, any young girl or young boy that would like to start magic or be involved in magic is watch as much magic as you can and see what appeals to you. What is the type of magic that actually you're enthusiastic about? Because if you don't have enthusiasm and you don't have love for what you're going to pursue, whatever genre that is, it could be card magic, it could be grand illusion, it could be stage magic, it can be mentalism. There's a whole smorgasbord of magic out there. So watch as much as you can and then decide which one really kind of you think would fit you, that you'd enjoy to perform. And then find a good mentor, somebody that can help you to form you and guide you as you go, whether it's a magic club or it's somebody specific, a magic school like Luna has, the Shimada Legacy. Find somebody that can mentor you. So that would be my advice to somebody starting out in magic. I guess, Luna, you're next. Tag.
Okay. I think that what I know for sure, and from my experience, is that boys and girls look at magic differently. And so for me, I always feel that in order to pick the right material or to really understand what kind of magic suits you, you have to think about your character. You have to think about what sort of things you are attracted to. I mean, my focus, especially with my school, is always on personal development. You know, I feel that that's kind of an important place to start because everyone always starts with the tricks. It's like, and then they have all these tricks, lots and lots of tricks, right? Most of the time, they're going to not use half of that material, you know? And I feel that, like, for me, you know, my process was definitely watching a lot of, figuring out who my female archetypes are. I don't feel that you can learn how to really get in touch with your magic by watching other men perform magic. You can look at what they do and say, ooh, I like that, or I like that. But I think that in order for the magic to really be powerful, it has to be personal. And I think that one of the things that girls do differently, because I have female students and I've had boy students and girl students in my school. And the boys love learning how to do the trick, like how to actually do the trick. They love the mechanics of it. But the girls love the story part. The girls look at that and go, well, how do I make this make sense? You know, I was teaching that trick Clippo, right? And, and the boy just was he thought it was just so cool, just how it worked. You know, he was excited about the method. But the girl went, this would be so much cooler if this was like a supermarket grocery receipt. Because then I could tell a story about how my grandpa was sent to the grocery store to buy some food, but he was diabetic and he bought ice cream and all this stuff he wasn't supposed to have. And then he kept cutting the evidence off the receipt before he took it home to show his wife. And I was like, oh my God.
Great idea.
Yeah. So girls really think about the why, whereas the boys always think about the how.
It's true.
So,
it's true.
Think about that. Think about what motivates your magic. Yeah. That's where I would start.
You going to tag Josephine?
Josephine, you go.
This is actually a conversation that me and Connie have had before. And it's very, very interesting what Luna said, that the boys always like to do. So you have, you see these many magicians have been practicing from the age of, 9 or 10, and they've been practicing the cards. And I think that's partly where the difference comes with male and female, is that we get to that crunch point of high school and the girls don't want to play cards anymore. They want to go out and put makeup on and go shopping and buy magazines and things. So there's that gap where the women start practicing. But it's not always about, magicians might be like, but it's not necessarily about the magic trick. It's exactly what Luna said. Mood board, find magazines, look on Pinterest, see costumes that you like, listen to music, watch movies, and put a mood board together. And sometimes maybe you can visualize the act before you even know what it is. And then you work your way backwards.
Yeah.
And most magicians don't do that. But a lot of women that I've spoken to have. And one other point on this is a question that I get asked all the time. As a woman, what would you say to other women? And my response to that is that it doesn't matter whether we're men or whether we're women or what we are. It's about what you want to do. If you want to be a magician, then be a magician. If you want to be a DJ, go be a female DJ. It doesn't matter about the sex. It matters about what you want to do, and you need to follow that. Juliana.
For me, it's a little different. I think Josephine said right. If you like magic, you will be into it. Don't matter about the boys or girls. So the magic have two things. Are you going to professional? Are you going to FISM? Or you just want it for fun? Or just want to do a TV show? For me, I think it don't matter about the boys or girls. Pick up like 4, 5, 6 magic tricks. You like it. Play on it. So play on your first practice. You don't have to be manipulation like me every day, stupid in the practice, But you can pick some illusions. You can make some little bit of polo magic, a little bit close up, maybe 1 or 2 illusions, small ones. So you can play on it. 3 to 4, 5 tricks. Then first one, you got to know the magic trick. Then you find a piece of music. Then you're going to work in your personality. So then you can go.
Yeah.
So I have been doing magic for 45 years. And in that time, I've watched the place for women in magic. I've watched it evolve. I've watched it change and grow and really very much come into its own faction of this art form. And yet, it's still the minority. And I personally look forward to a day when this kind of show, this magical women featuring, women of magic, when this sort of show doesn't mean anything anymore. But until that happens, this is still a bit of a novelty, and that's bothersome because it shouldn't be, because I think women have so much to offer to this art form. Having said that, if we go forward 100 years from now, 150 years from now, looking back, what do each of you see your legacy being? What do people say when they think about Juliana Chen or Connie Boyd or Josephine or Luna? Who were these people? And we'll begin with Connie Boyd.
Sorry, Franz, the question is, what is my legacy? Is that the question?
Yes. Who are you? What is your legacy 150 years from now?
Well, I feel like I've led a charmed life. And so my legacy is hopefully along the lines of this programming and being able to give back and document women in magic so that there will be a source. So in the future, people will be able to look back and see where we were and what we've accomplished. So that would be, I think that will be my legacy. I've had a great career with magic. I've had a fantastic career producing and directing and mentoring. But I think this giving back, that's going to be probably my biggest gift to magic, I hope.
Oh, that's great. I would agree. Luna, who do you think you will have become?
Well, that's a tough question. I'd like to think that that my family and I are known for bringing mysticism back into magic, because we've always been about the feeling more than the fanfare, right? Embracing the culture, embracing folklore, embracing the mystique of magic. So, and hopefully the teachings as well. So
that's great.
Yeah.
I would agree. Josephine, you're pretty young to be asking or getting this question asked to you. And this is going to change many more times. But who do you think who you are when people look back? Who were you?
I'd like to think that people will, especially when I first started, I sat and I thought, I don't know any card tricks. Can I be a magician? You know, I've not done sleight of hand since I was 10 years old. And I'd like to think that people will look back at me and think, she's the girl who went out there and she went big and she did visual things and it was still classed as magic. And I'd like to think of that as something that I'm giving back, that it's kind of most magicians, when you think of a magician, you think of someone who just does cards. And I've tried to add that performance value, as in from my dance background, and yeah, visual magic. And it doesn't always have to be about the cards.
Right, right. Juliana, same question. What's your legacy?
My legacy, I never think about I'm a woman. I always treat myself like a man. The magic is a man's word. So I think any woman, you don't have to be, oh, nobody help me, and I'm not able to do the good thing, you know, because I need the people help. I think as a woman, be strong. Don't matter about you in the men's world or you know. So for me, that's you know, I always think when you start the magic, you have to do the best, and you have to be. Don't think about I'm a woman. So many excuses. You have to be strong, and so that's I think. I don't know if it's a good answer for you or not. For me, I'm in the men's world. I'm competing with guys. So now you can make you strong. You don't think about it because I'm a woman. Woman can be a little bit weak. No, I compete with the guys. I do the magic with the guys, and that magic is men's world. So if you think you're strong, anything just a piece of cake. Yeah, that's it.
Anything is a piece of cake. Ladies, thank you so much for being here, for being a part of our little show here. Connie, thank you so much for putting this together. Congratulations for having created the Women of Magic, as we shall call it. Luna,
Magical Women. Magical Women. Right, Franz. Magical Women. Who would say the other way? That being said, I am out of here. You guys can stick around after the show. We'll chat after. But I'm out of here. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you've enjoyed this talk, please click on the thumbs up, comment, and let us know what you enjoy and what we can do to improve our future Magical Women talks. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the notifications bell so that you'll know when new videos are posted. Stay safe, and remember, life begins at the end of your comfort zone.